out there, Short of the Max Extreme here.
And Dinosaur Neil.
And Ghost Hunter Dave.
And we are Imperius Rex.
Troy.
Yeah.
It's Bat Year.
It's Bat Year. We've done it again. It's returning. Bat Year returns, some people say.
And we thought, what better time to return to Bat Year than with the critically acclaimed release of the Batman film.
That's right.
2023.
Yeah. And to celebrate that, not only do we have Batman in theaters right now, we have Domino's Pizza with...
No! Little Caesars.
We've got Little Caesars Pizza. We have Little Caesars with a Bat Pizza, hot and ready.
Wow. Oh my God.
Let's bring it. Business manager,
Business manager secured the funds. When I heard that this pairing was happening, Batman and pizza, my two greatest loves in life, I was over the moon. And I thought, I'm going to eat this every fucking goddamn day. But then I saw what it looked like, and I hesitated, because it looked terrible.
But we'll see.
This one.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Are we going to eat this, or are we going to not eat this? We're going to eat this.
Oh.
Huh.
Citizens of Gotham, you've eaten well.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
So if anyone is not familiar with Bat Year,
You've been living in a cave.
get with it. Get with it. It's where we take a large swath of time and talk nothing but Batman-centric comic books.
That's right. It usually doesn't span a year.
No.
But in this case,
feels
maybe
like it.
Yes. In this case, maybe it will. We have no end date.
That's right. It's like the Riddler set it up. It's just a question mark at the end.
Oh my God. We have maybe one of the biggest Bat releases of our generation coming out right now.
Yeah.
The Batman. Getting great reviews.
Yeah. We can't wait to talk about it soon.
Before you guys do that, I still need to see the movie, so I'm going to go out and see it real quick, if you don't mind, and then we'll talk about it after. How about that?
So we can't honestly wait for Troy on this.
No.
I think...
That was not the plan.
No, absolutely not. This is on him.
Oh, yeah.
We are brimming with Bat news to talk about.
Yes.
Because, as we've said, we're kicking off Bat Year. We've got the Bat phone here. People can call in with their thoughts and opinions, hot takes on Batman.
Yeah.
We'll play them on the air.
We will.
We'll pick it up and we'll listen right there. You've got us.
Yeah. And if there's a book you think we should read, leave
us
it on the line. So I don't think we could start Bat Year off any better way than this.
No. We were given a fucking gift from God.
Yes, we were.
Right off the top, I love that it's called The Batman.
And front and center, when they show it, the logo takes the entire screen up.
Yes.
Just awesome.
Yep. At this time, I'm sure everyone is talking about Batman.
Yeah.
So, what is there to say?
Wow.
Turns out plenty.
A lot.
We'll probably ramble a bit, but we'll try to also not just say all the things that everyone is jizzing all over their pizza for. As you can see, someone already did it on this pizza, so we're not going to reinvent the wheel here.
Yeah. And right up top, this will probably be plenty of spoilers aplenty, so if you've not seen The Batman yet, I would...
Like someone not in this room. Who's been replaced by
pizza. I'd recommend you switch to another YouTube show at this moment.
Well, no, I mean, keep it on. Keep it on. Just go see the Batman while it's playing.
And then come... Do whatever you
Maybe
want.
join our Patreon.
You're gonna get spoiled.
You owe us.
It's true.
This is the Batman movie made for the fan that is always complaining that Batman doesn't do any detective work in the Batman movies.
Yes.
Because this is a full-on crime thriller detective noir.
Yeah, there's far more of that than there is, I would say, action scenes.
And when there is action, it's very well done, but it's not the majority of the movie.
Right.
However, Batman is Batman for the majority of the movie, which is also a revelation.
Like 90 to 95% of it is Batman. When you see R-Pats, like he's barely Bruce Wayne in it at all.
Yes. So this is something that I feel like there's been some internet controversy on. I was going to say a Ben Shapiro had an issue with this. He said it was not good. I responded that's because he probably only identified with the phony Bruce Wayne personality that was non-existent in this film. But it was an interesting choice where they're like, no one wants to see him as Bruce Wayne. Let's just make him Batman through the whole thing. Because he is just Batman.
Yeah.
Like, why even do the charade? When he's Bruce Wayne, he's just, like, ducking out of meetings. He doesn't give a shit. He's only in it to be Batman.
And honestly, it's just a film choice in this specific movie. Like, there are other ones that do Batman, just, like, watch the Bale ones where he's Bruce Wayne more. Like, that's just not the focus of this story at all.
There's even moments where it's like, oh, Bruce, you have to meet with these accountants. And he's like, hard cut to him being Batman again. It's like, we're not even gonna waste our time with that.
Yeah.
And it's funny, too, because, like, the Bale movies, the Nolan movies that we just rewatched not too long ago, they're very good.
Yeah.
Very good. For the longest time, they were the Batman movies.
Right.
And he's not Batman a ton in them, especially the first and the last one.
Yeah.
And it kind of, like, coerced us into the mindset of, like, you know what? Batman doesn't have to be Batman through the whole thing. It can still be good. And then the Batman, gives us the Batman through the whole movie, and you're like, actually, it is a lot better when he's Batman through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I take that back.
This, to me, was the most accurate representation of it, too. Batman's been Batman for some time. Like,
2 years.
For 2 years. So
It's a year 2. Maybe we'll get to that comic
maybe we'll get to
inspiration a
year
little bit
2.
later.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I think that was such a good choice that they didn't have to try to explain how him and Gordon are buddy-buddy or this or that. Like, they respect each other because Gordon thinks, like, he's the only one trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
And, like, it's great when he walks in with Batman behind him and all the other cops are like, what the fuck is he doing here? Kind of a thing.
I love that shot because we get this slow-mo shot over the shoulders of Gordon. And then it flip cuts to Batman walking in. You're like, oh shit, Batman's right there with him.
Yeah.
They're hand in hand, partners in this. And their kind of bromance through this whole movie is amazing.
It is.
I love that Gordon is like, I don't know, man. He just calls him like, hey, man. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they just have like almost a shorthand with each other. Where, like, there's points where they're like, whispering to each other, like, I don't know how we're gonna get you out of this. But like, hey, let's try this. Like, we gotta get you safe, Batman.
Yeah. And Jeffrey Wright as Gordon, what an incredible casting choice, in my opinion. He's great.
Yeah, we've been blessed with a lot of good Gordons.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary Oldman was great. We never really got the Walter White Gordon.
Yeah.
But he did do the voice of Gordon in the Year One animated series, and I think he would have been great.
Oh, absolutely.
But, man, this guy is phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, we had J.K. Simmons was Gordon, but briefly.
Didn't get a chance
to shine, but good look.
Yep.
From what we saw him in Snyder's stuff. But from that, Batman's been Batmaning for a while, and this had probably the most chilling there are a lot of moments that gave me like legit chills like throughout the whole thing. The beginning is so well done. What a perfect inspiration for like making Batman something to be feared. A great introduction to all of it, and thus the monologue on top of it was just magnifique.
Yeah, so it does. It feels like a detective story. Like he's this almost like grizzled private eye narrating. He almost has like a Rorschachian quality where he's like chronicling his nights. And then we see it from the perspective of all these criminals where they are legitimately terrified of Batman.
Yeah.
And this is an aspect from the comics that like, I get it. It's a comic. Like, criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot, and I strike fear into their hearts and all that. And it's like, Yeah, that's one of those lines that doesn't quite translate into real life. Because, like, why would you be scared of this guy in a big bat suit? But the way they set this up, where, like, that signal goes out and it's a warning to all these people, and then you see these various criminals, like, they look up and they're like, oh, fuck, he could be out there. And then they, like, start looking over their shoulder and they just, like, focus in on a dark alley and they're like, oh, man. He could be in there.
Yeah.
And then they, like, run. Or they, like, quit criminaling or whatever.
Because he says,
because he could be anywhere.
And it's so... And
then when you finally get
when he finally just... It's just like...
has this bear Jew entrance
yes!
from Glorious Bastards.
I was just going to say that.
You hear him stepping slowly out of this tunnel and everyone, like, stops and looks and he just walks out. Fucking amazing.
He's not, like... what you think of as, like, the biggest martial arts master in the world in this. Like, so he's...
It's a brawler.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like this League of Shadows type thing where he's learned from all these ninjas and stuff. In this universe, it's very Earth 1.
Yeah.
He's, like, it seems like he's pulled all of his attributes from Alfred. Yeah. He's taught him how to, like, throw fisticuffs and do all this kind of different stuff. So when he gets in there, he's not doing like a spin kick in your face. He comes out and bashes your face into the ground kind of a thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of the moves that seem like right out of the Arkham games.
Yeah.
There's one part where like he grabs someone, it just fucking winds up and bops them right in the face.
Yeah.
I wanted to see like the pow sound effects go.
Yeah, he's not messing around if he catches you.
But let's talk a little bit about Pattinson's performance here of Batman as an actor that is notorious for not really giving a shit about his characters.
Right.
But somehow, like, that attitude just works for this, where he's just, like, he is a dismissive Bruce Wayne. He only cares about doing this.
Yep.
The look, everything is so perfect. But it's not, like, it's not the Bruce Wayne we're used to, but it's absolutely the Batman we're used to.
Yeah.
And it poses the question of, like, do we really need, like, the socialite Bruce Wayne persona?
Yeah.
Like, just make him out of the public eye completely.
Right.
And all he cares about is Batmaning.
Yeah.
I thought that was, like, what a great solution to this Bruce Wayne problem.
Yeah. And
we don't need to see that.
And I think what helped out there is the only time you see him in public as Bruce Wayne is at a funeral. So, like, there's no reason for him to be jovial and happy and stuff. The demeanor is perfect. Like, he walks up and just strikes fear into everyone. He's calm, collected. When he's with the policemen, detectives, he's quiet. He doesn't say a word. He'll say a thing here or there, but like he doesn't like give anything away about him.
Chooses his words very carefully. Since we're talking about the policemen and everything, let's talk about the crime aspect of this. Where if you removed Batman entirely from this movie, it is just Seven and Zodiac.
Yes, it is.
Which is an amazing take on Batman. Like, that is the detective angle that a lot of people have been wanting, and we've never gotten. We get, like, the high-tech detective where, like, he solves crimes by using money. But this is, like, pure him, like, he's looking at this boot print, and he's taking a look at this, and it's like, holy shit. Like, he's solving this cipher that the Riddler left, who is just the Zodiac killer.
Yes.
And it's like, what a great way to do Batman. And I love the Nolan movies, but they move at such a breakneck pace where you don't get enough time to really ever sit in a scene. And in this, it just like, it takes its time, it establishes the mood and the atmosphere. Like, the color palette is such like this dingy brown, and the music is fucking phenomenal throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, it is.
The score is haunting.
We need to talk about what you just said. Atmosphere and music, because just kind of on the music point, the score, like Michael Ganaccio, or however you say that, is...
you know I'm bad at it. I'm not even going to try it.
He is... It is a... I was just listening to the score the other day. It's amazing. It's got that... It's kind of got this Elfman-y sound to it with strings that... Like...
I felt like there was 4 like main scores, and then they kind of riffed off those. And there was like this chilling like horror theme when they're doing the Riddler, and then like the Batman theme is so good. And then there was also kind of this like eerie Elfman theme too. Yeah,
and they play off of Ave Maria a lot in this, which is actually really well done. Even the score ties into it a bit. beyond the score, the world, Gotham, looks so good. They pull like this idea from Earth 1 that like the Arkhams and the Waynes built Gotham up. And the Arkhams are these crazy guys. And so Arkham is this just maze of sewers and cities and stuff. And it really shows. And the architecture is what you think of when you think of the Gothic Gotham look.
God, there's a lot of scenes in this to great musical montages, but there's like a shot of Bruce like riding his motorcycle, and you see like the skyline of Gotham, and it has like the Wayne Tower there that looks like the bat horns, and I was like, God damn, that is Gotham. And then there's also like a close-up in the heart of the city in like the Times Square where they've got a million different billboards and screens. But the streets are fucking cobblestone. And I was like, what an amazing choice there. Like they didn't just go and film it in Chicago or something. Like they made this kind of set here that is its own world.
And it looks old. It looks lived in. It looks like it'd be corrupt.
Looks
and
like
gross.
80s New York.
Yes.
Yes. And also, like, his manor, like, Wayne Manor, is just, it looks like the fucking house from Haunting of Hill House.
Yes,
it's
it does.
just, like, the ornate sculptures. We get the full-on Batcave. Everything like we really want to see in a Batman movie, they fucking do it here. And we've had enough Batman movies where, like, they explain every inch of it. They just, like, he's just Batman, you know? Like, he's not super high-tech Batman, but he's got enough shit to get the job done. He's got that grappling hook that he uses all the time. He's got his bike, and he has that fucking car. I am not a car guy.
Same.
At all.
No.
Like, the Batmobile, it's cool. Like, there's various Batmobiles. I like some of them more than others, but it's not a make-or-break Batman thing for me. The Batmobile in this is the coolest fucking thing in this movie.
The introduction to it. He just starts revving it up in an alley, and you can hear the turbine going, and it just gives you chills because it just overwhelms you with the sound that's going on, and just turning up the fright on it. And
Matt Reeves said like he took inspiration from Christine, the Stephen King killer car movie. He's like, I want the car to be terrifying.
It
is. Like, as I left the theater after seeing this, I was just like, I just want to fucking drive off like I'm in the Batmobile.
I was going to say, I'm going to rev up my electric car.
Like, you know what? I'm going to switch to gas for this one.
Baby.
It is cinematic gold. Him blasting through that fire, spinning the Penguin like a fucking top. And then him walking out of the car, upside down, the flames behind him, that music swelling. That might be like the greatest Batman moment ever.
It's so good. It's iconic. It just shows how relentless he is. Oh, and I love that he stays calm and collected.
He gets there and he just leans down and looks in on him, and like the rain's dropping off his face. Oh my God.
While we're on Penguin real quick, Colin Farrell, unrecognizable.
If I didn't know it was Colin Farrell, if you told me it was, I would call you a fucking liar. Like, that is not Colin Farrell.
No, you can hear it a little bit when he starts talking. But and that's very even hard to catch.
I was like,
if you don't even realize how Irish he is, like, you wouldn't catch it. But he does an amazing job. He's in full prosthetic, and it's great.
So I've heard they're going to do an HBO Max spinoff around the Penguin. And I cannot imagine making Colin Farrell sit through those prosthetics for like 10 episodes. So are you kidding me?
Colin Farrell was just on an episode of Hot Ones. And he specifically brought this up, that he said being in all of that was the most liberating experience he's ever had.
I bet so.
And I get it.
Yeah, because like you are not you. You have free reign to make whatever personality you want. Great Penguin. I don't give a shit about the Penguin at all, but I did like the Penguin in this. I don't need a 10-episode HBO Max series about the Penguin, but like I didn't need one about Peacemaker, and I loved fucking Peacemaker, so like maybe it'll surprise me. And that seems like a great kind of backdoor way to introduce a larger Gotham off of where this movie ends up.
I agree.
If it's all about him taking control of the criminal underbelly during like this no man's land scenario that happens, like, oh yeah, you could establish a lot of different like thugs and gang members and stuff. So yeah, I'm all for that because I loved his performance as the Penguin.
Every performance in this is so good. John Turturro's Carmine Falcone.
Yep.
So good. Like, I even had to lean over to you and be like, is that John Turturro? And you're like, fuck yeah, it is. And I'm like, he does great. And he's like a perfect person for that role. Like an older mobster who's been around the block. And it did have a larger part to other characters within the story. So we do have Selena Kyle.
Yep.
Who's amazing. Zoe Kravitz is amazing in this. She plays a really good role within the world too. And it's more of that, like, she's just out to help the little guy, essentially. Like
the strays.
Exactly. The strays. And there's a bigger plot twist to this where she is like kind of like an illegitimate child to Falcone.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a neat take. I kind of like it.
I think that's what it is in the comic.
Is it? Okay. Well, I do enjoy that. That's pretty good.
So this took inspiration from a couple like big Batman comics. Like Year One has some ties in it. Earth One has quite a few, including the Riddler, which we'll get to, and Long Halloween. There's a ton of, like, I mean, the setup is kind of the setup for Long Halloween. The first murder happens on Halloween.
Right.
And they call it out like, oh, happy fucking Halloween.
This must be your favorite time of year, eh, bats?
Yeah, yep. And then there's all these other killings that happen after that, which is kind of similar to how Long Halloween goes. Plus, they bring in the Falcone thing in Long Halloween with Selena.
Right.
So, yeah, that was great blueprints to draw from, and they just kind of take elements of those. There's even some from Hush, actually, and kind of spin it into this, like, almost definitive early Batman tale.
Yeah.
So the Riddler, as I've said, is just Zodiac.
It is.
He is this incel that is influencing the other terrible people to bring down, like, the ones that he feel are holding down people like him.
Yeah, and it's like...
Which they kind of are, but also like, dude, you are the worst type of person in the world right now.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of...
It's
a
relatable.
Little topical and relatable in this kind of time, which I think some people were catching flack on, like some of those shitheads like Ben Shapiro and stuff. I think that's what they're kind of getting upset about.
I can't identify with Bruce Wayne, so I guess I'm the Riddler.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you are, man.
Maybe you are, dude. And, like, he's terrifying in a bunch of different ways. Like, not only is he a maniac, but, like, all of his... He's not just one guy in this. Yeah. He's one guy spearheading it.
Yep.
But at the end, there are a lot of Riddlers who are just like, I like guns and shit. And it's just like, that's terrifying.
Yes. But I also love the fact that at the beginning, he is this, like, faceless, terrifying figure. But by the end, once he's unmasked, he is this fucking dweeb of a guy who, when Batman doesn't agree with his plan, he throws a fucking hissy fit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, you don't do that.
Yeah,
he just starts moaning and just like Paul Dano had a performance in this where he's like, I'm gonna do a take on the Riddler.
The inspirations for the Riddler, like a lot of Saw inspiration comes from the Riddler. Which is, it's kind of great. Like, he has, like, bombs strapped to people's necks and, like...
Fucking rats going in their mouth. That was, like, right out of American Psycho.
Yeah. And... yes.
And then, like, his big grand plan is basically to shine a light on these, like, phony billionaires that he thought, you know, they were gonna save Gotham, but the money that they put into this, like, Gotham Renewal Fund has just been... trickling down to various, like, mobsters, and they're using it for horrible means. And then his grand plan is to flood Gotham and just, like, wipe it out. He also has a bunch of crazy Riddler followers that are going to assassinate the mayor of Gotham and also just shoot up this theater full of people.
Yeah.
Which, like, the more I thought about it, I was like, oh shit, remember when that crazy guy shot up the theater in Batman... Nolan's Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
It's like,
fucked up.
God, it has enough time passed that we didn't really make that connection, and we're like, that is kind of uncomfortable to think about.
Yeah.
But Batman and Catwoman, they take them all down. And we get some great Batman violence in this.
Oh, yeah.
They don't glorify it, he just gets the job done. You know, it's not quite the Zack Snyder where you're like, fucking piss bound him, Batman, and like you're showing it off like porn violence.
Yeah.
This is just, and I do love that Zack Snyder porn violence Batman, but this is just Batman just like cutting through him like a knife through butter.
Yeah.
Where he's just mopping the floor with him. And there's some great moments there too, where like he gets blasted in the chest with a shotgun, and he is out. He is done, and he actually has to like inject himself with adrenaline to give him that last boost to save Selina at one point.
So I don't know if I've ever seen that in Batman before.
No.
Outside of like Venom and shit.
Someone made that connection. I was like, oh shit, there is kind of a little hint to that. I don't think that's where they're going with it, but that is what I would compare it to.
It would be that would be the closest thing.
But I just took it as adrenaline.
So did I. And I think like that is a cool aspect of like, of course, a regular man who has to be on top of his game would have to fucking juice himself up. And I know we don't want to get into this too much, but like he's essentially bulletproof in this. Like he gets shot, but like he's not. Like, he gets shot point blank with a shotgun, and he's like, that fucking knocked the wind out of me.
He's
and it's
done.
And it knocked him out of the movie, essentially. But, like, there are points where he's getting shot with small caliber bullets, and he keeps going.
He's shot with machine guns, and he keeps going.
And it's badass. And it's like, you'd think of, like, a person of that stature wouldn't be showing, like, his pain and stuff. He'd be like, I'm gonna just power through this and kick the shit out of you still. Yeah. Because that's what the fear is all about. Yeah. Like, he can't be stopped.
Yeah, that might have been a scene that got a little bit of criticism where he's going through that hallway as he's getting barraged with bullets. And yes, a machine gun would probably knock a person down, but it's just this is one of the very, very few artistic flourishes of a very grounded movie. Yeah. Where I think just the coolness factor outweighed whatever the repercussions would be. He's heavily armored. Yeah, and a machine gun bullet is not the same impact as a shotgun blast. So I'm like, okay, I'm willing to forgive it because that was just a great scene.
Yeah, exactly. Towards the end is also like, you think of him as this dark, gritty vengeance of the night, but becomes the most inspirational character. Yeah. Like, goes out and, like, after, like, he's taking care of the Riddler thugs, he, like, lights that flare up and goes and saves a bunch of people in this scene. Yep. Yeah, he, like, goes and just helps all these people and helps this, like, one scared child out.
That is, I guess, like, his character arc through this movie, where at the beginning he's just, like, he's only out to do vengeance. And then he realizes that the Riddler inspired crazy people to carry on in his name, and he's kind of doing the same type of thing. Yeah. So he's like, shit, like, what am I doing? What am I contributing? I'm just contributing fear. I need to be more than that. And he decides, like, I'm gonna try to instill hope. Yeah. And then I'm sure it's an intentional choice. He's out in broad daylight for, like, one of the first times as Batman, and he's helping people evacuate out of this flooded area. Yeah. And it's like out of character for Batman to see him in that light, but it's like, no, this is kind of the turning point for him, where he's like, I need to be something more. Yeah. It's kind of like the New Frontier, the Darwin Cook moment, where he realizes, like, I'm scaring kids, I need to bring in Robin. I can't just be fear, I also have to be a force of good.
Yeah, and that was such a good moment.
And then as it all kind of winds down, Riddler is in Arkham, and there's the obligatory sequel kind of hint there where we get the Joker.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yes. I mean, it's a Joker.
It's clearly.
Played by that guy.
Yes, yeah.
Just like Paul Dano is that guy. Put them together, two of those guys that when you see them in a movie, you just want to fucking punch him or slam him into a sink. What a pairing they're going to be in the next one. Yeah. It's Barry Keogh. I have no idea how to pronounce his name.
He's in the Green Knight and
Chernobyl. He's in Killing of a Sacred Deer. He's in a lot of stuff.
He's great.
Always
he's
the same creepy dude. Yeah. But I think he could be a very good Joker. Yep. You didn't get a good look at him, but I feel like they went all in on, like, his lips. He almost had, like, a Cenobite smile. Yeah. Like a...
Yeah,
you know, I think that's... What are they... Is he lipless?
No, I think... I just read a thing that Matt Reeves was describing this, and that he has just a condition that always has him in the... Like, the man who's... the...
Man Who Smiles?
Is it just the Man Who Smiles?
Something like that,
yeah. But he just has, like, this permanent condition.
Oof. Okay.
Where he's always smiling.
Yeah. I mean, the Riddler in this is not the typical Riddler, so I would be interested in seeing, like, Art, what's your version of a grounded Joker? Because we got that with Ledger, so, like, where do you take it from there, where it's not just that?
Yeah, and I want to see how it differs. Because Ledger's stuff was revolutionary for its time, and he had a specific take for it, but it's like, you knew he was calculated.
Yeah.
Like, he was very put together for a Joker. And that was a really good take for that
role. The most calculated character of any movie ever.
Exactly. So I want to know if this is a more chaotic Joker, which...
I wouldn't mind seeing a Joker where it's like, sometimes the shit just doesn't pan out because you don't fucking put any planning into it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm interested in that. I don't know if we need another Joker right away on the second movie like we normally have. I would be cool if they kind of, like, have him in the background for a while.
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe he's never the main villain. Maybe he's just kind of like this background player and he just kind of fucks things up.
Yeah.
That would be fine, because there's a ton of good Batman characters you can do.
I think that deserve more screen time than the Jokester.
Jokester.
Yeah. Like, Jokester's great.
Yes.
Like, he is the quintessential Batman villain, but there is so much more rogues gallery that I think you could do.
You come up with a good take on the Jokester, and it's better than anything else out there.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that take and you just throw in a Jokester, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Give me someone else.
Yeah.
Get that Leto Jokester out of here.
Yeah.
That was nothing.
He was barely Jokestering.
That's right. Yep. And if you're just going to do like a Mark Hamill Jokester, no, we've seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me something new.
A brand new take.
Yeah.
A Court of Owls would be a cool take.
Yep.
I think specifically for a Batman that's new, who doesn't know the roots of his city and all of this stuff as much.
But he thinks he does.
But he thinks, exactly. That would be a cool take.
Yeah. Can you imagine, like, I was talking with someone on this, but maybe it was you.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
A 40-minute Batman walking through the maze.
Yeah, just him going absolutely insane.
It all runs together. I'm like Bruce Wayne on these night shifts where, like, since I saw Batman, all my life has been talking about Batman with people, so it's all just bleeding together.
But yeah, him going insane in a Court of Owls maze would be
something
awesome.
Yep.
I think Scarecrow would still be another cool take. Like, I think there's more you could do with him in a different way than Cillian Murphy did.
Yeah, and I think they did a really good job on him with that. I just wanted more. I felt like...
Agreed.
As someone that, like, his whole thing is on fear, and so is Batman's, that seems like a really good pairing for a movie. It's like, how come they don't do more with Scarecrow?
Totally.
I think we covered as much as we need to right now, because
I think so
I'm sure there's no shortage of the Batman reviews and videos and thoughts out there. So thank you for watching this one.
Yes.
There's probably better out there, but we're just talking about what we loved about it, because holy cow, what a movie.
Very good stuff.
This was exactly what I wanted it to be, if not more. And I would say the best movie I've seen in quite a while.
Agreed. Very much agreed. Since Willy's Wonderland, I'd say this is my favorite movie since
It's my high watermark.
So let us know, have you seen The Batman in theaters now? Let us know in the comments down below what you guys thought of it.
I saw it twice. Because I had conned my youngest into seeing it again with me for an excuse, but I was like, I'm going to watch this a million times when I own it, but, like, you only get that one theater experience, so, like, I want to see this in a grandiose fashion at least one more time.
Yeah, and that was the way to do it. So if you're comfortable going to a theater, I'd recommend it. Just the sound design and all of that is a perfect fit for it.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to continue on this discussion about the Batman, you could join our Patreon, where you have access to our Discord, where we've been actually talking about Batman quite a bit.
Some time.
So,
and there's multiple channels dedicated to it.
You can let us know what you thought of the movie in our Batman spoilers chat, or you can let us know what Batman comics you want us to talk about on the show in our Bat Year chat.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Or you can talk about this awful pizza in our Pizza Time chat.
This Pizza Time chat.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling like maybe getting into that Bruce Wayne physique, we have our Imperius Flex chat.
Oh my
where,
god.
We're getting into it right now. We've been hitting the gym.
We've been hitting the gym.
I think this Bat Year, I think it's a calling, a warning.
to all those people in the Midwest to watch out, because
right.
we're out there.
That's right. I'm decided I'm going to get in peak physical condition during Bat Year.
I always say that. And
I'm going to cut back.
Then eat this pizza.
I know, but we just nibbled.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut back on the alcohol, and I'm going to really pump it, and I'm going to get fucking ripped. I'm just going to say it.
Wow.
That's my Bat Year promise.
I love it.
And you're going to too.
Thank you. Can't wait to feel the burn.
And if you want to get ripped too,
Yeah.
like these Bat Boys here, then let's do it.
Yep.
We'll come up with a routine.
Oh, yeah.
In the Discord there.
In the Discord,
That's
yeah.
right. So, if you need a little encouragement, let's do it.
We're all there, and we're all super encouraging. What a great community we've had there on the Discord, too.
Yep.
If you'd like any merchandise, maybe Bat Year merchandise, which will have some pretty great stuff coming down along the pipeline, you can hit us up on redbubble.com, where you can find our merch and put it on just about anything you'd like.
That's right. You can sleep on it.
Oh my, you could actually. Or drink out of it.
Does that do it?
I think that's gonna be it.
All right, let's wrap this up before Troy comes back.
Okay, yeah. We don't want to actually.
I don't want to talk about this.
We don't want to get to his thoughts.
I've blown my Batman load all over this fucking pizza calzone.
So leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and let us know in the comments down below what you'd like to see about the Batman. And until next time, I've been Dinosaur Neil.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
And we've been Imperius Rex.
Join us next week where we dive into the Batman comics.
Ooh.
Starting with Batman Year 2.
So they just fold it in. And it comes at the top. Okay.